I'm going to be blunt with you. If you don't understand what's happening in the crypto markets by the end of January, you're going to get absolutely crushed. I don't care if you're a trader, a holder, or just watching from the sidelines. What's building right now is going to move this market in a way that catches 99% of people completely off guard. My last video about December 26th went viral because I showed you something nobody else was talking about. That was the warm-up. This is the main event. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's coming, when it's coming, and why it's going to be bigger than anything we've seen before. Just a couple weeks ago, I dropped a video warning everyone about something huge coming in the Bitcoin market on December 26th. Thousands of you watched it, shared it, and talked about it everywhere. And now, here we are in January, and something even bigger is building right in front of us. It's quietly setting up a massive shift that'll change how this market moves and opens the door to a wild ride for the rest of the year. Most people have no clue it's happening because they're still recovering from the holidays or focusing on getting back to work or school. But if you don't understand what's coming this month, you'll be completely caught off guard when the market suddenly wakes up. In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you what's really been going on since that historic December Bitcoin options expiry. The move did happen. Bitcoin broke through that artificial range just like we talked about, but there's way more to this story. The pressure didn't disappear. It rolled forward and got even bigger. And January 30th is when it all comes together. I'll break it all down step by step with simple examples, so even if you're new to this, you'll understand it clearly. We'll look at the hidden forces still at work, why the pressure is actually stronger now than it was in December, and what usually happens when these forces are finally removed. If you're ready to get rolling, then hit the like button and let's dive in. But before we do, a quick reminder, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Crypto is high risk, so always do your own research and only invest what you can afford to lose. This content is purely for education to help you better understand the crypto space. Okay, let me give you a quick recap of the setup. Bitcoin options are basically bets on where the price will be by a certain date. When someone makes that bet, there's always someone on the other side taking the opposite position. These are called dealers, and they're the ones holding the risk. Now, dealers don't want to actually lose money on these bets, so they protect themselves by buying or selling real Bitcoin to stay balanced. Think of it like a seesaw. If the price starts dropping, they buy Bitcoin to balance it out. If the price starts rising, they sell Bitcoin to stay neutral. This is called hedging. Now, here's the key part. When there are billions of dollars worth of these bets all expiring around the same time and around the same price level, dealers have to do a ton of this balancing. They're constantly buying and selling Bitcoin with every tiny price move. What does that create? Well, invisible walls. The price gets stuck in a tight range because every time it tries to move up, dealers are selling. Every time it tries to move down, dealers are buying. Back in December, Bitcoin was pinned between roughly 85K and 90K. That wasn't completely random. It was dealers holding everything in place like an invisible cage. I warned you that on December 26th, we would see one of the largest Bitcoin options expiries ever, with billions of dollars in positions closing at once. And when that happens, dealers no longer need to hedge those positions. The walls disappear, volatility comes back, and the price can move freely based on real supply and demand again. I compared it to releasing a compressed spring. The energy has to go somewhere. So what actually happened on December 26th? Well, the expiry did take place as expected. Billions in options did close, and some of that hedging pressure did lift. We saw Bitcoin finally smash through 90K, all the way to almost 95K on January 5th, just like we predicted. But here's what most people completely missed. Most traders and institutions didn't let those positions just disappear. Instead, they rolled them forward. They closed the December options and immediately opened similar ones for January. They paid a premium to keep their bets alive into the next month because they still wanted exposure to potential moves. The result was that a big part of the intense hedging pressure simply moved to January 30th instead of disappearing. The walls didn't fully come down. They shifted forward and got even stronger. Think of it like this. Imagine you have a heavy weight pressing down on a spring, compressing it more and more. On December 26th, part of the weight came off and the spring started to expand. But before it could fully release, someone quickly added even more weight for the next period. The spring got compressed even further than before. The energy didn't release at all. It just built up more. Now, with January 30th coming up fast, we're looking at an even bigger batch of options set to close. This is massive. Dealers are still hedging aggressively right now, keeping the price in a brand new range. But when that huge batch expires on January 30th, the remaining walls finally come down. They can't keep it up forever. So the pressure that's been building for months could release all at once. Now, if you actually want to trade this setup, you need a futures platform that can handle what's coming. When these releases happen, Bitcoin moves fast and violently. That's why I've been using WEEX for my futures trading. They've got instant execution, tight spreads, and solid leverage options. You need nothing to sign up. And if you use my link down below, you'll get significantly lower fees. Plus, they're running a New Year's promotion right now for new users who sign up and start trading. So if you're serious about being positioned for the next options release, check out WEEX. The link is in the description. Just remember, leverage trading is high risk, so only trade what you can afford to lose. Now, going back, let me give you another way to think about this. Picture a crowded elevator stuck between floors. Some people get off at the next stop, and everyone thinks there'll finally be room to breathe. But before the doors close, twice as many people squeeze on. The elevator stays stuck even longer, and the crowd feels even tighter. When those new people finally reach their floor and all get off together, suddenly everyone left inside has tons of room to move freely. That's exactly what rolling options does to the market. It delays the release and makes the eventual shift bigger because the pressure keeps building. We've seen this pattern before in past market cycles, and in previous big expiries where significant rolls happened, the real move came in the following months and not immediately. History shows these events act like reset buttons for the market. Here's a look at what happened in 2023. We did see a move in January, but an even bigger one in the months afterwards. And here's what 2024 looked like. A very choppy December and January, but just look at what happened after. Right now, the market feels like it woke up a little bit, but expect it to be chopping sideways some more, just in higher range. That isn't because nothing is happening. It comes from the rolled pressure still at work, with dealers constantly buying dips and selling rips to stay neutral. But like I said, this rollover can't go on forever. They roll until they break, and January 30th is when this one's set to break. If you're finding this breakdown helpful and want to stay updated as we track this through January, then hit that subscribe button right now. It's completely free, and it makes sure you don't miss the next updates as things unfold over the coming weeks. Now, here's what makes this setup even crazier. Bitcoin right now is quieter than it's been 98% of the time throughout its entire history. We're in the second percentile right now when it comes to volatility. Every single time the market's been this quiet in the past, a major move has happened right after. And this is exactly why we've been breaking down these mechanics and other macro factors in the FireHustle VIP Discord for months now. My team and I have been spotting setups like this early and positioning ourselves accordingly. Everyone's loving the insights, the discussions, and the alpha we're finding together. The feedback has been great. If you want to level up your understanding of how markets really work and join a group that's actually ahead of these moves, then come check out the FireHustle VIP Discord. The link is in the description. Come try it out for a month and see what you've been missing. Now, all of this is exactly why understanding options matters so much for anyone serious about crypto. These forces are completely invisible on regular price charts. Most traders only see the price bouncing around in a range and get frustrated, wondering why nothing's moving. But when you know what's really happening behind the scenes, you can stay patient and positioned correctly. You see the quiet as temporary, not permanent. You understand that the energy is building, not going away. And whether you're holding long-term or trading short-term, this knowledge helps you cut through the noise and make better decisions. Look, most people in crypto are just reacting to whatever the price does that day. They see green candles and get excited. They see red candles and they panic. But when you understand what's actually controlling the price behind the scenes, you stop reacting and start anticipating. You're not guessing anymore. So when January 30th hits and the markets start moving, you won't be asking, what's happening? You'll already know. That's the difference between understanding mechanics and just hoping you're on the right side of the trade. This is exactly the kind of edge we're building together in the FireHustle VIP Discord. We're not just looking at price action, we're tracking the forces that create price action. If you want to be part of that conversation and stay ahead of setups like this, then come check it out. And if you're not ready to jump into the Discord just yet, the absolute best thing you can do right now is hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I'm going to be tracking this closely as we head towards January 30th, and you don't want to miss those updates. This is free alpha, and all you have to do is click a button. And before I go, a quick reminder, nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. This is all educational content to help you understand how crypto markets work. Always do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.